By the beard of Zeus and Odin's eye, what a time to be alive. Okay, so listen, ladies and gentlemen, let me just get this from the get-go, okay? The initial crux of this live stream was the United Kingdom, Britain, is refusing the United States air bases. That basically the United Kingdom are not letting, and I don't know how this works, but the United Kingdom are blocking the United States from using RAF bases for strikes on Iran. Now, that was what I was going to start with. And then this bombshell jumped out. So I am going to I'm going to start with this one first, and then I'll come on to the RAF bases in a second. So, excuse me, I've got that tickle in my throat again. So, Andy Windsor, good old Andy Windsor, look at the clip of him there. Look at Andy Windsor there. He's, I don't know. Can you guys see him? He's laid back and he's like, oh, what did they just do to me? What did they just do to me? Maybe he feels like one of the I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. So this is what I'm going to lead with today, guys. Okay, because it is confirmed. Andy Windsor has been released from prison. Not prison, sorry. I don't know. What do you call it? Custody? Police questioning? I don't know what you call it. So I am going to start with that. Once I've done that, we're going to talk about Iran. We're going to talk about the news there. And listen, guys, I'm going to ask you a question right now. If the United Kingdom are refusing to let the United States use air bases in their country, can we still be viewed as a reliable partner? I would say no. I would say absolutely not. I would say the United Kingdom cannot be classed as a reliable partner now. So I am going to come on to that later. But first, let's just give a... excuse me. Let's just give an overview of what we know so far. So as we are right now, guys, okay, this is a developing story. So I'm going to give everyone an update on what I'm talking about. So Andy Windsor, formerly known as Prince. What's that guy? The artist, formerly known as the artist, who was formerly known as Prince. Andy, the Grand Old Duke of York, is now out of police custody. He was, oh, Jesus. Right, let me share this. Before I get onto this, let me share this. Hang on, guys, because this is getting wild, right? You know, earlier on, right? You guys know how I pick up on things, right? I pick up on things straight away, instantly. Nobody else does. I picked up on something earlier on, right? Now, I don't know if this is true. I genuinely do not know if this is true, right? So apparently, can you guys remember when the horses ran through London? Can you guys remember that? So it was guys, can somebody work this out on a calendar? I've not had the time to work this out. So listen, earlier on the live stream, we was live, right, when this broke earlier on. And I said to you guys, I said, listen, ladies and gentlemen, they've waited until his birthday, and he's 66 on his birthday. I was giving you guys the references to 66, restoring balance and all the rest of it. Well, it turns out there's more. It's more when it comes to numerology and numbers. So, can you guys remember, and this may be coincidence, I think not, but it may be coincidence. So, can you guys remember when the bloody horses ran through London? The bloody horses ran through London and Big Ben stopped. Well, apparently that was on the 24th of April, 2024. Turns out that's 666 days ago. Just saying, guys, I'm just saying. If somebody could work that out for me, that, you know, and fact check that. So if you guys want to look into symbolism, we're all looking to esotericism. 666 days ago, that was when the bloody horses ran through London. Big Ben stopped on the 24th of April, 2024, which is 666 days, which is also today, which is also Prince Andrew's birthday. And guess how old he is? 66. I don't know, guys. I'm just putting these out there for you guys. Right, so let me give you guys an update on what we know so far. So listen, guys, if you're joining for the first time, the official news is out. Andy Windsor, the former prince, Andy Mountbatten, the Grand Old Duke of York, and often referred to in the media as Andy Windsor, or similar variations, was arrested earlier today, Friday the 7th, 19th of February, on his 66th birthday, 666 days allegedly after the horses ran through London and Big Ben stopped. This stems from his past ties to Jeffrey Epstein, particularly allegations of information he may or may not have shared while in service as a UK trade envoy in 2001 to 2011. So I'm going to give you guys the key details, what we know so far, and then I'll give you guys a quick update from the Beeb and see if there's been any more details released. So he was arrested at his residence in Sandringham this morning in Norfolk, where he's been living recently. The arrest occurred on his 66th birthday, which is 666 days since the horses ran. And wouldn't it like that? Does that mean that this was planned 2 years ago? Like, well, over 666 days ago, almost 2 years ago. He was held in custody for nearly 12 hours. He has now been released under investigation. This is standard UK police status, meaning he is no longer in custody, but the investigation continues. And he could still face charges later. Of course, they're not going to keep him in, right? This is not the same thing as being charged or convicted. Many cases result in no further action. Now, look, guys, I'm just going to put it out there to you. I'm going to put this out to each and every one of you, right? You don't arrest a prince unless you've got, like, can you imagine, right, when you're going through to your desk sergeant or whatever, excuse me, I don't know how it works in the police. You're going through to your desk sergeant and you're like, listen, boss or sarge, there's only one sarge and it's a massage, and it's the massage of the back passage, and we don't talk about that. Can you imagine going to your, like, I don't know, however they're structured, and saying, hello, boss. Yeah, I want to put this arrest warrant in. And he's like, who's it for? And he's like, Prince Andrew. And you're like, what? You are going to make sure that all that evidence stacks up. You are going to make sure that there is no question mark there, right? It's a little bit different if you're going to go and search Kevin's house at number 47, who may or may not have been involved in a crime, right? That's going to be a lot easier to get that search warrant. So he was photographed leaving a police station, I think it's Aylesome police station, in a vehicle shortly after release. King Charles III, good old Charlie boy, he has issued a statement expressing deepest concern and emphasis that the law must take its course. Honestly, guys, I'm just seeing smoke and mirrors. I'm seeing smoke, mirrors, deflection. Don't look at us, take him. That's what I'm seeing, guys. I don't know about you. Tell me in the chat. This is an unprecedented event. The first ever arrest of a senior British royal in over 400 years. Again, no charges have been filed at this time. He denies any wrongdoing. The offence of misconduct in public office can carry a maximum sentence of life imprisonment in theory. Now, it's going to be very hard to get this guy in jail, because there will be something called discretion, right? There's always something called discretion. I use it all the time. You use your discretion. Your discretion can be wrong, but it doesn't mean it's illegal, right? So this story is developing right now, guys, from news media outlets all around the world. It's developing. Like, this is the first time. This is unprecedented. This is unprecedented, guys. A senior member of the royal family has been arrested by the British police, now being released under under investigation. So the investigation's ongoing. Right, let me just refresh this screen. Oh, so he's not got to Sandringham yet. He's not got back to Sandringham yet. Andrew looks dazed and shell-shocked. Queen's former press secretary says. He says he looked dazed and he looked shell-shocked. He was slouching down, says the former press secretary to his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. Weren't things better when we had the Queen? Wasn't everything just better? The photo reminds people of his extraordinary fall from grace. Today's events will leave the royal family feeling bruised and shattered, she adds. Anderson was also asked about King Charles's statement following his brother's arrest. Yeah, we forget about this, right? That's your brother. Literally, that's your brother, and you're throwing him, sweeping him under the rug. I think he's kept him out of the rug for a long time, though. And maybe he's even munched a few rugs himself. So they're people are praising King Charles's response, but say the late Queen wasn't in possession of the facts that the King is today, referencing the recent publication of the Epstein files. So I will keep refreshing that, guys. That's literally from 7 minutes ago. That's from 7 minutes ago. So listen, guys, if you're joining for the first time, the initial crux of this live stream was going to be how Britain, as far as I'm concerned, is no longer a credible partner in NATO. We are no longer a credible partner to the United States. Why? Well, turns out that the United Kingdom are blocking the United States from using any air bases on UK soil to conduct offensive operations in Iran. And if you guys double this up with the revelation that we had earlier, where Donald Trump was rushed into a secret meeting or something, and strike could happen within hours, it all starts to add up. Also on the news, there's been a headline saying Donald Trump's going to make his mind up in 10 days. So I'm going to tell you exactly what that means. Listen, guys, I will tell you perfectly what that means right now. That means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. That means absolutely nothing. Donald Trump, they could still strike today, they could strike tomorrow, they could strike in 10 days, they could strike in 11 days, they could strike in 9 days. In fact, what day are we on? They may even strike in 9 days, which would be the 28th, right? Which would be the last day of the month. Honestly, what a time to be alive. And I've not even talked. I didn't even get a chance to come on earlier, talk about, is it Ivana Trump or whatever her name is, saying her dad is ready. Her dad's ready to give the speech, the UFO speech, the UAP speech. Absolutely crackers. Right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, now is not the time to be sober. You don't want to be sober right now, guys. I'm just putting it out there. It's not the time to go sober. Sober October, gay. Fresh February, gay. Mashed March, I'm down with that. Rod is saying that means it's time to go. Hang on. That means it's go time the second the US stock markets are closed. It could be. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. Oh! Helen has just nailed it there. Helen with a beautiful picture. Of like, is that like a husky? Yes, Absolutely. 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 That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm going with the 28th. I'm going with what day is the 28th? Let's find out what day the 28th is. Give me a second. Can somebody help me out? What day is the 28th? If it's a Saturday or a Sunday? Calendar. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Saturday. Right, listen. The group chat consensus on the channel is the 28th. Absolutely. The planets are aligning. There's a celestial dynamic. That's when I'm going to say it's going to go in. Helen, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. I'm going for that. I'm going for that. Guys, that's what I'm going for. I know 2 years ago I said March, but I actually said boots on the ground, didn't I? March 2026. Right. Sean is like a belt-fed weapon system. Listen, I've been referred to worse. I'll take that as a compliment. Right, let me jump up, guys, to get some comment. Paul J saying, Andrew, formerly known as Prince, sweating more over Netflix. What? Than Epstein payout. Rumor has it King Charles offered him Pizza Express shifts to keep the pizza warm. Can you remember that as well? Can you remember when Andy Windsor was like, it's just like, you know, all these conspiracies, right? And look, guys, I like to ground myself in reality. Where are the guns? Where are the tanks? Where are the bombs? Where's the aircraft carriers, right? Who's paying who? Where's the oil coming from, right? But honestly, this last 3 months, definitely. Maybe since October, so like maybe 4 months, whatever. I've just been thrown upside down. I've been thrown upside down. And you're looking at these conspiracies now, right? And these conspiracies from the 90s, right, that turns out are true if you believe what's in the Epstein files. And remember, it could all be fake, right? Let's all keep that on. Let's all keep that as a back burner, right? This whole shadazzle could be fake. It could all be absolutely fake news, right? For whatever reason, right? So let's just keep that on a back burner and let's just keep that as a non-zero chance. But if all the evidence that's coming out lately is true, I don't know if it is. I've got no reason to doubt it, but I'm still, I'm not trusting anything. If all this evidence is true, that means all the conspiracies from the 90s are true. Which means, so now you can't take anything off. You literally can't. We're like in the trilogy right now, guys. You know how you get, literally, we are in the trilogy, guys. We are in World War III trilogy territory. And you know what happens in the trilogy? Nobody's safe. Literally, all hell breaks loose in the trilogy because no one's safe. There ain't going to be a 4th movie, guys. That's for sure. Right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining for the first time, we are talking about the former Prince Andrew has now been released from police custody. That's what I've started on. I also want to talk about Britain refusing the United States use of air bases in the United Kingdom for strike options in Iran. So let me just talk about that for a little bit, guys. I'll then refresh this and then we'll get back onto it, okay? Because I'm just conscious I don't want to miss I don't want to miss the monologue. So excuse me. So right now, right in the guts of our, this special relationship between Britain and America, according to there's something in the garden. According to fresh reports from various media outlets, our government under Keir Starmer has drawn a firm line. We, the United Kingdom, are blocking President Donald Trump and the United States from using key RAF bases like Fairford in Gloucestershire, that's a forward operating base for US heavy bombers for any potential strikes on Iran. Why? Why are we doing this? Why would you do that? Literally, I don't know. But the government, because the British government lawyers and officials reckon that this could be in breach of international law. All right. First of all, there's so much I want to talk about this. So the British government lawyers, right? The same lawyers that said the rights of migrants trump the rights of people in Epping. Ergo, immigrants' rights trump the rights of people in this country. The same lawyers who are pushing for blasphemy laws to protect anybody from, saying anything that, offends a Muslim, those same lawyers are saying that it could be in breach of international law. Let me just ask one simple question to you guys, to everyone. Okay, international law. What does that mean? What does international law mean? Who enforces it? Where's the international prison if you break an international law? What does international law mean? It makes there is no such thing as international law, guys. It's all bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. However, and that's my professional opinion. We don't want Britain to be, what they're saying is we don't want Britain, this is the real reason, right? We don't want Britain to be dragged into or implicated in what could be seen as unlawful preemptive strikes. Again, the language is so nonsensical, it's so farcical. Do you want to know what I think is happening right now? Don't worry, I'll tell you. How do you spot a pilot in the cookhouse? Don't worry, he'll tell you. What I think is happening is absolute appeasement. We have a massive Muslim community in the United Kingdom who will go crackers and bonkers if the United Kingdom is actively involved in airstrikes in the Middle East. The same Muslim community and the same liberals who we didn't hear a peep out of when there was over 30,000, well, potentially up to 30,000, some media reports, dead in the Iranian crackdown. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Anyway, listen, I'm not going to think about that. Let's just continue. So this comes as tensions with Tehran simmer over nuclear talks. Trump's pushing hard for a deal. I want to get a deal, guys. We got to get a deal. We got to get a really good deal. It's going to be a good deal for everyone, but in some deals, people are going to be losers and some people are going to be winners. We got all the airplanes, so we're going to be the winners, and you guys are going to be the losers. You're going to be the losers. I want your oil. And listen, guys, I'm told, I don't disagree with that. Trump's pushing hard for a deal, warning that if Iran doesn't play ball, the United States might need to act fast to stop a highly unstable and dangerous regime from launching attacks, possibly on us or other allies. Well, listen, don't worry, because, listen, if you're in the United Kingdom, you don't need to worry, because it turns out we're not a US ally anymore. Donald Trump's not mincing his words. On his Truth Social, Trump fired, directly naming Fairford and Diego Garcia. So for those of you guys that don't know, Diego Garcia is, so the Chagos Islands, right? It's a series of islands. And Diego Garcia is a US Air Force base in that region. It's basically an aircraft carrier, right? It's just the strategic joint base in the Chagos Islands chain, saying the United States might need them to eradicate the threat, and he's right. He even tied it to the long-running Chagos dispute, slamming Starmer's plan to hand over sovereignty to Mauritius while leasing the base back, calling it a big mistake, and urging us not to give away Diego Garcia. And he's absolutely fucking right. He's absolutely fucking right. Can you imagine, like, the British Empire giving all their shit? No, you don't build empires by giving shit away. Trump's words sting, and they do. They absolutely do. But he's right. You know, you've got to accept that Donald Trump is absolutely right. He says we'll always be ready to fight for the UK, but we've got to stay strong against wokeism and other problems. Ooh, I mean, I bet Keir Starmer didn't like that. Listen, the United States know what the score is out here. They know. They absolutely know 100% that, like, the real British people, like, I don't know, guys, it's a show of hands. Who's happy with this government? Who's happy with this government and the Islamification of our country? I would say most of you are not. And you know what, guys? Let me show you guys, hang on. Let me show you guys this video while we're on it. And should I do it now? Yeah, I'll do it now. Give me a second. Right, I'll give you this video. Is it this one? Hang on. Right. So these are the candidates for Bradford, right? So if you think we are not being colonized in the United Kingdom right now, if you're in America, if you guys are in America right now, these are our candidates for local council in Bradford.
My name is Muhammad Ali Islam.
My name is Mohammed Salis.
My name is Muhammad Hasib Khan.
Fucking lots of Mohammeds, right? Mohammed.
And together, we're your Bradford independent candidates for the Manningham Ward. We're standing because Manningham deserves strong, independent voices that puts residents first.
Not party politics, real action, accountability, and community leadership.
People who listen, speak up, and get things done.
And listen, look, guys, I'm going to be quite honest. I'm going to be honest with you. These guys they're young, they're fresh, they're making decisions, they're doing stuff. They're going to win. They're going to win. They are going to win the election in Bradford. Absolutely. There's no denying that, right? Let me rewind this and just watch this again. And look how fresh, enthusiastic, and young, like they've got a purpose, like they've got a direction, like they've got a direction of travel. You know, right, we are the young people of Bradford. We are going to take this country back. We are going to take this and we're going to make it, inshallah. That's what they're good. You know, and listen, guys, I'll be quite honest. You know, more power to them for doing it.
My name is Muhammad Ali Islam.
My name is Mohammed Salis.
My name is Muhammad Hasib Khan.
And together, we're your Bradford independent candidates for the Manningham Ward. We're standing because Manningham deserves strong, independent voices that puts residents first.
Not party politics, real action, accountability, and community leadership.
People who listen, speak up, and get things done.
First of all, who can argue with that? Nobody can argue with that. What they're saying's good.
I've proudly served the Manningham Ward for the past 2 years, and during that time, I've worked tirelessly for the benefit of Manningham residents. I was the only Manningham councillor who spoke up.
They've got the Arabic translation underneath as well.
And voted against Labour's selfish council tax hike. I was the only Manningham councillor who spoke up against the proposed cuts to the St. Bede's and St. Joseph's school buses.
I bring lived experiences.
I don't know why he started his speech in a playground, right? That's a little bit ominous to me. I bring lived experiences. I've been in this playground for 10 hours. Not one little kid's come in here.
Buying SEND families, raising standards in housing, and giving young people positive opportunities.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be negative there. I'm just questioning why he's why he starts his speech in a playground, but whatever.
Through sport.
I've spent decades fighting for local services, from serving 10 years as a school governor and fighting for youth provisions. Not to mention Westbourne Green Health Centre right here in Manningham.
Our focus in this campaign will be simple: holding the Labour and Council to account, promoting safer streets and community confidence,
supporting young people, SEND families and the elderly, standing up for justice, fairness and human rights wherever it may be in the world.
Wherever it may be in the world. Obviously, he's talking about, Democratic Republic of Congo, South Africa, where white farmers are being forced off their lands, maybe even Palestine, I don't know.
Ensuring you have reliable local services and well-maintained streets, accessible, visible and working for you.
We live here.
Our families live here.
This is our home.
So on the 7th of May, in this all-out election, if you want to see a true independent Manningham and 3 credible councillors that work for the betterment of their communities, then join our campaign and let's make Manningham truly independent.
I think that's, like, honestly, those guys are fresh. They've got energy. They've got charisma. I wonder who's standing against them, right? But listen, if you're not from the United Kingdom, we are on a slippery slope, right? Here in the United Kingdom, we are on an absolute slippery slope. And the slippery slope is going one way, ladies and gentlemen. The slippery slope is going one way. Right. Oh, hang on. Andrew. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Yeah, we're cooked. We are fucking cooked. We are absolutely cooked. We are cooked. Okay, right. I'm going to change this to Satan revealed. Right, give me Satan revealed, because that's all I can say. Satan revealed. Have I got enough space? Right, I need 6 characters. Sorry, guys. Give me a second, because if I don't do this now, I'm going to forget. I'll take that out. Strike Iran. That'll do. Oh, Jesus. Andrew Rubin, thank you so much for that, buddy. Listen, guys, if I know I'm flim-flammering here, right? I know I'm flim-flammering. You guys are watching history right now. Let me get this up. Sorry, guys, just bear with me. You'll understand why I need to do this. Oh, fucking hell. Right, let me share this. Jesus, right. Thank you so much, Andy Rubin. Thank you so much. Right, listen, guys, let me just share this headline with you guys real quick. You're going to see where I'm going with this. Bizarre theory, London's blood-covered horses and Big Ben clock stopping are an omen of end times. Fucking hell. Jesus. So this is an article from 666 days ago. Total coincidence, right? Total coincidence. 666. Oh my God, it was the same time Prince Andrew was arrested. No. Big Ben stopped. Same time as no, that can't be right. I'm gonna have to. Sorry, I'm gonna have to come. I'm gonna have to. I can't confirm that. I can't confirm that. I need more details. 2 horses bolted from an exercise. Remember, there's no such thing as exercises, only war rehearsals. in central London earlier. 2 blooded horses. 4 people injured in the chaos, while Big Ben was seen to have just stopped just before 9 a.m. A bizarre theory has spread on social media as people wildly claim the blood-soaked horses, remember, four horsemen of the apocalypse, that ran wild in London yesterday and Big Ben's clock stopped, are dark omens. 600 years later, on Prince Charles's 66th birthday, just saying, they're the facts, guys, they're the facts. And if I'm wrong, it's Andy Rubin. If I'm wrong, right, Andy Rubin, it's your fault, mate. It's your fault. If I'm wrong, it's your fault, Andy Rubin. Jesus Christ. I don't even have words, guys. Do you see what we're up against right now? I just want to build spaceships. I genuinely just want to build spaceships, guys. I really do. I just want to build spaceships. I want humanity to build spaceships, go to the stars, colony on the moon, colony on Mars, rotating habitats all over the cosmos, solar panels around the sun, floating city around Venus. Isn't that a better future than these satanic rituals that we're watching in real time? Guys, I feel like I'm going full Alex Jones. Right, listen, let me jump back onto this because I need to give more context to the United Kingdom. Listen, guys, so the 2 things that we are talking about today, guys, Satan revealed, and what I mean by that is 666 days since the horses, and if I'm wrong, it's Andy Rubin to blame, right? So don't quote me. Do your own maths. 666 days from the blood-soaked horses running through London and Big Ben stopping. I even did a video saying that the red heifer's just been slain in on the the Temple of the Mount. So 666 days later, Prince Andrew, the former prince, Andy Mountbatten Windsor, on his 66th birthday, and I said earlier on, within 8 minutes of this news article breaking, I said there's esoteric significance of this. So that's what we're leading with because that's breaking news. But also, the United Kingdom have stopped the United States from using their air bases for any potential strikes into Iran. Now, what I'm asking you guys is, and I'll tell you what I think. I don't think we're a credible partner anymore to the US of A. I don't think the United Kingdom is a credible partner anymore. But listen, don't worry. Don't worry, because we don't want to break international law because the international police will come and get us. Who are the international police, I hear you say? Oh, there isn't any. Where are the international law courts? Oh, don't worry, there isn't any. Oh, so what does international law mean? Don't know. Don't know what it means. No idea what international law means. No idea who enforces it. No idea who regulates it, who agrees to it. Like, what does that even mean? Is Iran a member of international law as well? Did they break international law by slaying 30,000 of their own people? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what international law means, guys. It doesn't even make sense to me. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, when they've got thousands of children mining for cobalt, is that against international law? I don't know. Guess not, because Keir Starmer will be doing something about it, right? What about all the Yazidis? Honestly, it's so ridiculous. We'll be breaking international law. Get your international law, roll it up into a little package. I'm just going to leave it there. So Donald Trump's words, they do sting, guys. They do sting. He was saying that the United States will always be ready to fight for the United Kingdom, but we've got to stay strong against wokeism. And I think that was a direct point at Keir Starmer. And other problems. This isn't just diplomatic sparring. It's a public embarrassment. Linking our refusal on letting the United States, I don't even know how this works, guys. Letting the United States use their own aircraft from their own air bases. to do whatever they want. I don't listen, guys, whatever, we'll just go with it, right? It does bring in the broader question, the broader doubts about our reliability as a reliable partner on the international stage. Now, I would say we are not. And as far hitherto, the Britain and the United States have been side by side, Cold War, World War II, Iraq, Afghanistan. But now, Keir Starmer's Labour in charge. The message is clear, and it's felt from Washington. The message from Washington, I guess, is clear. We will protect the United Kingdom, but will the United Kingdom help us? Looks like the answer, the question has been answered. So here's the question that each and everybody in the United Kingdom need to face right now. Okay. We all need to face this question. And just own up to it, right? Straight up. Can the United Kingdom still be relied on as a reliable partner? Or are we risking the relationship with the United States by putting international law ahead of standing shoulder to shoulder with our closest and greatest ally in a dangerous world? The answer matters, because the answer means the future, right? That's where we are right now, guys, and it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous and embarrassing, actually, quite frankly. Right. Let me refresh this screen on Andy Windsor. Give me a sec. Listen, guys, it is not the time to be sober right now. Absolutely not. It's not the time to quit drinking. Right, there's been no updates. Right, that sounds weird. Give me a sec. Right, 15 minutes ago. Sky News latest. Let's see what Sky News is saying, guys. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're joining for the first time, we are talking about some sort of satanic plot that's been revealed. Maybe it's Satan himself. 600, no less. What's that Iron Maiden song? I don't know. Is it called 666? So 666 days ago, we had the horses running, the blood-stained horses running through London. Yes, we did, ladies and gentlemen. That happened 666 days ago. I don't know the exact time of that. I'm going to try and find out, but I think from what I can gather, it's more or less the same time that Andy Windsor was arrested. 666 days later, on his 66th birthday, Andy Windsor is arrested. Symbolism? What do you guys think? Esoteric numbering and meaning? I don't know. Let me guys know what you think. Do you think it's a coincidence? Do you think it's a coincidence? 666 days ago, this happened. On his 66th birthday, he gets arrested. So does that mean it was planned all that time ago? Now those neurons are starting to fire, right? Now your neurons are starting to fire and you're starting to put these pieces together. Okay, so if that was planned 666 days ago, what else has been planned? What, like global conflicts on an industrial scale? March 2026, boots on the ground in Iran. The United Kingdom leading against NATO against the Russians in Ukraine. Global conflict on an industrial scale. Full-scale takeover of the United Kingdom by the United States. Europe losing the war against Russia, and the whole Anglosphere having to unite, leaving us with Oceania and Eurasia. Ergo 1984, George Orwell's prediction. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but that now seems to be like a manual, not a book of fiction. Anyway, right, let me jump onto this because I was going to share this. I've just looked at this for the first time. Give me a second, and we are on. Right. Andy Mountbatten latest. Andy Windsor released under investigation after 12 hours of questioning. Look at his face. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. I do apologize about the ads. Right, let me throw that out there. Can you guys look at Andy Windsor? Is he the devil? Is Andy Windsor the devil? Is that what they're saying? I don't know. Right, I'll read this for you guys. Just look at his face. Like, one eye seems to be like, I don't know if they've caught it, but like one eye seems to be red and the other eye seems to be, what have they just done to me? Right. Can I make that now? The photo that will haunt the royal family. The photograph of Andy Windsor. I just like calling him Andy Windsor. Do you know what I think he should do? I think he should get like a window cleaning business and give like some really good promotional videos. Windsor's windows, the cleanest in Windsor. If you want your windows cleaning, you should see what I should see when I'm cleaning windows. Fucking hell, Andy, get out of my window, you dirty nons. I mean, no disrespect. That was satire, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure he's innocent until proven guilty, okay? The royal family, there are a family used to having their photographs taken as they're driving around in cars. And he is, as you can see, I suspect, trying to hide from the photographers as much as possible. Right. What do we know so far? 31 minutes ago, Andrew's long journey after release. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, Andy's windows, gotta get to clean his windows. Windsor's windows, the cleanest windows in Windsor. So Andy Mountbatten's residence in Sandringham Estate is about an hour's drive from Ayleston Police Station, where he was taken for questioning. The former prince was arrested at Wood Farm. We like a bit of wood. I think this was the same time, guys. This morning, I was held in custody at the station 40 miles away for almost 12 hours. Andrew moved to the... Yeah, nobody cares. Right. Okay. Trump... It's a very... Okay, so Donald Trump's commented, guys. Donald Trump's commented. Speaking in the last few moments, Donald Trump has given his reaction to Andrew's arrest. And was asked if others in the US could see similar charges. I'm the expert in a way because I've been totally exonerated, so I can speak on it. It's a very sad thing. His brother, who's coming to our country very soon, the king. We love the king. He's a great king. He's a good king. One of the best kings I've ever seen. Apart from the king of Jordan, he's a great guy too. It's a very sad thing. So that's what Donald Trump said. The king is due to visit the United States in April. I think there's going to be some sort of ritual there, guys. I do. Listen, I've been going down this like woo-woo path. I think there's going to be some sort of ritual. If somebody can work out the dates when he's going to go and work out how many days and what they're like, when the stars align and whatever, because there's going to be something there. There absolutely is. I was reading as well. I know this is going off on a side quest, guys. I was reading as well that excuse me, the moon landing, right? The moon landing was on an esoteric date, and the reason they didn't come out of the landing craft, if you believe it happened, I do, was because he was, doing some sort of ritual. I don't know. Anyway, right, that's another live stream for another day. Right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it does look like there's some sort of crazy stuff happening right now. Satan's been revealed. 666. No less, no more, not an ounce. I'm going to say by the minute as well. 666 days since Andy Windsor. 666 days ago, there was the horses, the blood-stained horses running through London. And there were theories all over the internet. And let me share them with you now. Good sir. Yes, sir, I will. So there were theories shared all over the internet, crazy, wild conspiracy theories about the end of times, the end times, the doom theory, bizarre theory, London's blood-covered horses and Big Ben clock stopping are omens of the end times. Guys, when you keep putting this shit together, right? Look, guys, I don't want to go down, I don't want to turn into Alex Jones, right? But when you start connecting these fucking dots. Oh, these conspiracy theorists. Oh, is that one right? Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Oh, these conspiracy. Oh, yeah, okay. Right. Have we got any more? Have we got any more? So, okay, there's something going on right now. I can't put my finger on it directly. 666. He who hath the mark of the beast shall be known. Thou shalt calculate the number of his name, and it shall be an earthly number. The number shall be 666. The number of the beast, El Diablo, Lucifer, the one who cannot be named. Turns out, 666, you calculate the number of his name. Holy shit! Are we just calculating the number of his name? Is Prince Andrew the real Prince of Darkness? I don't know, guys. I don't know. 666 days ago, all right? This is true. 666 days ago, two horses bolted from a training exercise in central London, covered in blood, and also that Big Ben stopped at the same time. 666 days ago. Today, on Prince Andy Windsor's birthday, what birthday was it, Sean? Oh, 66. Just a coincidence, right? On his 66th birthday, he gets arrested. Anyone? Anyone, or is it just me? Honestly, listen, guys, it's not the time to be sober right now. Honestly. Right, let me jump straight down, guys. Let me jump straight down. Listen, guys, there's a lot of chat, right? There's a lot of comments on the chat. I do apologize. I do apologize if I can't get everybody's comments. No way. Epstein was 66 years and 6 months. That can't be right. Come on. Come on. That can't be right. Sean PB, listen, all this stuff's coming together. Look, guys, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what's happening. I do guns, tanks, bombs, trains, planes, automobiles. Like, I can tell you the strike pattern of a 5.56 rifle. I can look at the strike pattern of a 5.56 rifle and the strike pattern of a 5.45 rifle, and I can tell you the difference. I can tell you at what distance 50 cal starts to wobble, 7.62 long NATO starts to wobble, 7.62 long the Soviet bloc by 45 starts to wobble. All this stuff is absolutely new to me, honestly, and I'm just giving you guys what I'm seeing, all right? I'm giving you, there's no denying the biblical references here, guys. Absolutely not. Right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are joining for the first time, oh, hang on. Caveman is saying, so much for NATO. I guess Trump did say he couldn't trust Starmer. Yeah, there's so much going on in the world right now, guys, okay? So if you're joining for the first time, we have been talking about Prince Andrew being released from jail. Maybe he's going to be found in a puddle, I don't know. And also Britain refusing the United States to let them use US air bases. So, look, put all this together. We're in for a swizzle. We are in for an absolute swizzle. And what was I saying as well? We're in the trilogy, right? You know, the first movie, the First World War, is the First World War. The Second World War, we all know what happened. The trilogy, the Third World War, everything's off. Everything's on the table now, guys. The Third World War. Nobody knows what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. We do not know what's going to happen. But what we do know is that Donald Trump has said he's going to decide. Donald Trump has said he is going to decide whether he's going to strike Iran or not in the next 10 days. And do you know what that means? Absolutely nothing. But you know what it does mean? There is a celestial event on the 28th of February where stars are aligning and you're going to be able to see, I think it's like 6 or 7 stars in a line, and this is like once in a lifetime thing. So this happens on a Saturday. Is one of you guys saying this? So I think that if it's going to come, that is when it would come. Guys, we're like, you know, earlier on this morning, right? Earlier on this morning, right at the beginning before everything kicked off, I was saying to you guys, I was saying, listen, what a time to be alive. What a like, honestly, you are living through history right now. As the days get closer and the nights get shorter, well, they don't, yeah, they do. The nights get shorter, right? As the nights get shorter and the days grow longer, more and more stuff's going to come out. Can you guys remember? Listen, those of you guys who've been following me for a while, can you guys remember, right, when I was at the end of last year, when I was saying to you guys, I was saying, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get to December next year, and we're going to look back at December 2025 and think, yeah, kind of wasn't that bad, December 2025, right? Kind of wasn't that bad. Honestly, the world is going bonkers right now. It is, guys. It's going absolutely bonkers. Right, let me jump over and get some chat. Sean, 3 weeks ago, you were saying we're already in World War IV. We are already in World War IV, guys. Okay, when I say World War IV, I mean World War III is going to be the international war. Ukraine, the Middle East, guns, bombs, tanks, planes, trains, automobiles, airstrikes, uniformed soldiers, bayonets. When I say World War IV, what I mean is the war on our streets, the civil war, the civil conflict, the segregation, the degradation, the division, the communities against communities. That's already happening. Absolutely. It's already happening and it's here. And you can see that in real time. Lisa Jane is saying, Sean, look at the back of a King £50 note. David in the chat has pointed something else for you to look at. Who has £50 notes, guys? You guys have got too much money. Right, let me see what I've got. I've not got a £50 note, guys. What have I got? What have I? I've got a 10 with a queen on it. I just don't you like the queen's so much better. I don't even want ones with a king on it. No, I've only got 10s. What else have I got? I've got some Ukrainian money. Got some Ukrainian money, if you guys can see that. Some Ukrainian money. What else have I got? I've got some I've got some Thai baht. I've got some Thai baht. If anybody wants some Thai baht. What else have I got? I don't know. Oh, I've got some Iraqi dinars. I've got some Iraqi dinars. If anybody wants some Iraqi dinars. Anybody want some Iraqi dinars? Can you guys see that? Iraqi dinars. What else? Yeah, I've got no I ain't got no £50 notes, guys. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to put in context what that actually means. Alan is saying too many fingers are in too many pies. That's what Prince Andrew said, right? I've got too many fingers in those pies. Too many fingers are in too many pies for World War to break out, and the nuclear bomb makes it 99% likely the World War will never happen. At the same time, too many people are being caught. Listen, Alan, I'm going to assume... Listen, Alan, I think it's your first comment. One of the things I've said many times, I do not think... I'm not going to give you the reason why. I've done it plenty of live streams. I do not think nuclear weapons are ever going to be used. Ever. Just ever. I don't think they're ever going to be used again. Now, I've given the reasons for that, and the reasons I feel are solid. The reasons are backed up by many, many articles. So let's take that nuclear question out the, out the conundrum, right? Just for the purpose of my response to you, right? I've done this many times. I don't think nuclear weapons are ever going to be used. So let's take the nuclear bit out, right? And let's readdress this question. Too many fingers in too many pies for World War to break out. Now, this would imply that a world war is not a world reset, because do you know what happens in world wars? World wars change worlds. They bring in new financial systems. They bring in new governments. They bring in new orders of things. They bring in new technology. They bring in a new epoch. And that's where we're heading, guys. That is where we are heading. Look at an image on Google. Right, hang on. Right, Lisa Jane, give me a second. Let me do this. Google Images, £50 note. Okay, right. I don't know what to look at, guys. I don't know what to look at. I've got an image here. Okay, I don't know what to look at. Right, can somebody tell me what to look at? So somebody told me to look at. I've got images here of like. I don't know why I'm looking at, guys. Can somebody throw it on there what I'm supposed to be looking at with this image of... can somebody throw it on there with this image? I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at, guys. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining for the first time, we are talking about the absolute bonkers revelation. Forget everything you've heard right now. Forget everything you know or believe that you... All your belief systems are now gone. All your belief systems are gone right now with this one sentence. With this one sentence, ladies and gentlemen, all your belief systems are going to be shattered. King Charles, Andy Windsor, the former prince, was arrested 666 days after the blood-soaked horses ran through London and Big Ben stopped. Oh, yeah. And Prince Charles was, and Andy Windsor was arrested on his 66th birthday. Is that a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen? Listen, for everybody who's watching right now, please initiate yourself with this thing because it's all new to me. It's all new to me, guys. This is all new stuff to me. I'm going through this journey with you in real time. And you know what, guys? I may have had a little... Listen, guys, now is not the time to be sober. Now is not the time to be sober. If you think that is a coincidence, maybe that is a coincidence, that it's 666 days, right? Maybe. Are you really saying it's a coincidence that he was arrested on his 66th birthday as well? Like, how many more, like, honestly, you know, for people who don't believe in any of this stuff, and I didn't, but I started to put my toes into it, and I started to think, well, yeah, that's real, that's there, that, you know, yeah, that goes there, and that goes there, and all those, yeah, that's like, yeah, that makes sense. That's logical, right? So if anybody thinks that it's a total coincidence that Andy Windsor was arrested 666 days after that incident on his 66th birthday, please put it in the comments and tell me what the odds of that being a coincidence are, because it would be absolutely phenomenal. Right, Lisa Jane is saying, look at the back. Right, give me a second, and let me look at the back. Right, okay. Right, so I'm going to assume it's a picture. It's this picture. Right, okay. I don't know what I'm looking at. Is that a picture of the gay guy? Yeah, it's Turing, right? That's Turing. Yeah, Alan Turing. Right, okay, and what? I don't know what I'm looking at, guys. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Alan Turing, who invented the first computer. He invented the first computer to break the Enigma code. Guys, I'm really zooming in on this. I don't know what I'm looking at. Somebody's going to have to send me a message and tell me what I'm looking at here. Alan Turing, great guy. You know, Bletchley Park. Crack the Enigma code. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at, guys. I don't know what I'm looking at. If somebody can tell me what I need to look at the back of a £50 note, please do, because I don't want to keep, looking at that and there be nothing there, or I'm just looking at something that's not there. Right, let me jump down, guys. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on right now and you've not done so already, please make sure you hit those buttons down below. The like, comment, subscribe, bell notification. If there's any more down there, please hit those as well. Unless you're double tapping them, then don't. Then make sure they're red. Turing was the first to be, yeah, guys, it was like quite, it was kind of wild, it was kind of, Alan Turing was a national hero. Is a national hero. Gerald of Riviera is saying there's a certain group who loves numbers who feature heavily in your chat. I don't know what that means. There's a certain group who loves numbers. My little girl, my daughter, she loves numbers. Honestly, she absolutely loves numbers. Like, if you show her numbers, she'll look at them and then she'll do things like, oh, if you divide that number by that number, then times it by that number, you'll get this. And then this number is this. And I'm like, why are you such a nerd? Like, literally, why are you such a nerd? Helen is saying numbers are our universal language. Listen, okay, when we're talking about numbers, we still use linear maths, right? I think we should use 3D maths. I think maths needs to be evolved. I think maths needs to be evolved. Hone in on this skill, Sean. It's a gift. What skill, guys? I'm missing what skill? Numerology. Numerology has meaning. Numerology has meaning. Band again is saying obviously takes after mummy. You know what, right? So I went climbing the other day, right? I took my daughter climbing the other day, and she was saying, Daddy, I can't do a pull-up. I said, come on, you can do a pull-up. So I'm lifting her up and lowering her down and lifting her up and lowering her down. She says, Daddy, how many pull-ups can you do? I said, I don't know. Anyway, so I jumped on the pull-up bar, right, in the climbing hut. What's it called? The Foundry in Sheffield. It's called the Foundry in Sheffield. So I jumped on the pull-up bar, right, banged out 20 in a wanna. Just as I do, dropped off, superhero dismount. I said, yeah, I'll do 20. Anyway, that painting was horrific and reminded me about the Charles wanting to be a sanitary product. Yeah, can you guys remember that? Picture of Charles that was like released? Can you guys remember that picture of Charles that was released back in I can't remember, what was the painting? And like, look, guys, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, quite literally devil's advocate. They get the mirror, right, and they turn it upside down and there's like horned beasts and stuff. You can pretty much do that with anything. You really can, guys. You can pretty much do that with anything. So I don't really the jury's still out on that one, right? Dude is saying a big war will hide Dude Monkfish is saying a big war will hide everything. Absolutely, Dude Monkfish. A big war. So the Epstein files, Look, guys, I've not even done UFOs yet. I've not even done UFOs. Today, I was going to do a long video. I was going to do Ivanka. I think it's Ivanka Trump. I don't know who it is. One of the Trumps, right? One of the Trump girls. She said Donald DJT is ready to give a huge UFO disclosure. That's what she said. Quite openly on that. That's on the mainstream media. I was going to do the aliens on their way. I was going to do the link between aliens, adrenochrome, and Armageddon. I was going to do the 3 A's. Just didn't have time. Literally did not have time. Andy Mountbatten getting arrested. All the crazy stuff that's happening. We are living through history. Right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are fantastic. I am going to start to close this down now. Emma Jane Taylor, EJT. Can I call her EJT? EJT is saying the artist was intuitive. What does that mean? What does that mean? The artist was intuitive. I don't know what that means. Is that something like? Is there a code there? Should I know something on that? What does that? What does that mean? Oh, hang on. There's been an update. Earlier. Hang on, guys. There's been an update with regards to Andy Mountbatten. Home Office heads up about Andrew arrest was routine, police chiefs say. Earlier, we reported that the Home Office was given advance notice of Andy Mountbatten's arrest. We've now had an update on this from the National Police Chiefs Council, who says, in line with routine practice, the National Police Chiefs Council alerted operational colleagues within the Home Office of the arrest. This gave 30 minutes notice before Thames Valley Police made the arrest. I don't even know what I'm reading here. So the police have to tell the Home Office before they're going to do an arrest, and they have to give them 30 doesn't make sense. Right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been fantastic tonight. You guys are joining for the first time. Make sure you hit those problems. Make sure you hit those buttons, the like, comment, subscribe, bell notification. Really helps me out when you do that, guys, and it gets me a little bit giddy. It does, guys. It gets me a little bit giddy every time you hit those buttons. The crux of the live stream, and I'm going to focus more on this tomorrow morning, guys. So I'm on every morning, 10 o'clock, every evening, 8 o'clock. I try to get on as much as I can through the day as well. If there's breaking news, if there's something I want to talk about. Normally, my morning live streams and my evening live streams, I try and keep them grounded in reality. Yeah, grounded in reality. Satan revealed. Look, guys, that's what I'm seeing, right? That's what I'm seeing. And in the middle of the day, I'll try and do, if I can, and there's something out there, UFOs, aliens, prepping, I'll do those midday. But listen, I'm going to leave you all with this, and I've said this so many times, right? And it's a question, right? It's a question, and then I'm going to close it down, right? I'm going to ask you guys this question. Your answer is your answer. Do you think, and guys, look, if you're on right now, ask your friends and family this question, right? Do you think it's coincidence that 666 days after the blood-stained horses ran through London and Big Ben stopped, and people were saying it's an omen of the end times? I'm not even making this up. This is me. I'm not even making this up. Do you think it's a coincidence that 666 days after that event, the former Prince of England, a former prince, was arrested on his 66th birthday? Do you think that's a coincidence? And if you do, can you work out the odds of that being a coincidence? The odds of me hitting my toe on the corner of the door when I'm drunk and then hitting my head on the door frame, I don't know. It's pretty, at the moment, it's pretty one-on-one, right? It's one-on-one. It's 50-50. And if you guys want to go in biblical scripture, right, the Bible says, the Bible doesn't actually name Satan. And actually, in the Bible, Satan's a rank, okay? There's not one Satan, there's one devil. There's one devil, but Shaitan or Satan it's a rank, basically, the Shaitan in Arabic. I like saying it in Arabic, Shaitan. It's a rank, and there are many of them, right? So you have to calculate the number of his name. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. There's some fucking crazy shit happening right now. Anyway, you guys are fantastic. I'm going to close you guys down now. Make sure, if you've not done so already, you like, comment, subscribe, hit all those buttons down below, and I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 10 to give you guys the shindiggery, the shenanigans that have been happening in the last 12 hours. And I bid you good evening.